She's holding a water bottle, half full, condensation still beading on the plastic. "I've been vomiting since this morning," she says. "Can't keep anything down. Everything comes right back up." It's the afternoon now. I look at the bottle in her hand. I look at her. "When do you take your last sip of that?" She pauses. "About 30 minutes ago." She kept it down. No gagging, no reaching for a basin, nothing. Whatever was happening to her this morning isn't happening in front of me right now. That's not a gotcha moment. That's not me catching someone in a lie. That's the whole job, right there in one dumb little water bottle. Because what someone tells you and what's actually true in front of your face are not always the same thing. And you only catch the gap if you're actually looking. Here's the thing nobody tells you about this job. The system does not reward that. The system rewards fast. Doors open, doors close, next room, next chart, next patient. Speed is the metric. Speed is what gets measured, printed on a dashboard somewhere, discussed in a meeting I'm not invited to. And somewhere along the way, fast quietly became a stand-in for good. Like they're the same thing. Like if you move through the board quickly, you must have done it right. They are not the same thing. I've done both. Fast and wrong, slow and right. And the difference isn't a stopwatch. It's whether you actually listened. And listening is so much bigger than it sounds. It's not just hearing the words. Half the time the real information isn't even coming out of their mouth. I had a patient once, young guy, wearing socks covered in marijuana leaf print. Cute detail, honestly. Made me smile a little, but it told me something too. I could have asked, "Do you smoke?" Yes or no feels like an accusation wrapped in a question, and most people just say no to make it stop. So instead I asked, "When's the last time you smoked?" Not whether, when. And he told me, easily, because I didn't make him defend himself first. Another one, shoulder pain, arm pain, wouldn't take his shirt off. Kept angling away from me, kept the sleeve pulled down past the elbow. I could have written, "Declines exam, likely rotator cuff," and moved on. Instead, I sat with the discomfort of asking again, gently, why he didn't want the shirt off. And when it finally came up over the collar, track marks, old ones, new ones. That's not a shoulder problem anymore. That's a completely different conversation, a completely different differential, and I almost missed it because it would have been faster not to ask twice. Even before I say a single word to somebody, they're already talking. How they walk into the room. Whether they walk in at all or get wheeled or get carried in by someone who looks more scared than they do. All of that is information. All of that is the exam, before the exam even starts. Here's the honest part, the part that doesn't make me look great. Patients go tangential, constantly. You ask why they're here and you get a 15-minute story about their cousin's surgery in 2004. And bringing them back, gently without making them feel dismissed. That's a skill. Some shifts I'm good at it. Some shifts I'm too tired, too behind, too many rooms deep. And I cut it short before I should. I'm not proud of that. I'm just telling you, it happens. The reality is the system tracks how many patients I move through a shift. It does not track how many times I notice the water bottle. Nobody's building a dashboard for ask the right follow-up question. There's no metric for the shirt that stayed on a beat too long before somebody caught it. Throughput gets counted. Listening doesn't. And when you're being measured on one and not the other, guess which one starts slipping when the board's on fire? That's the gap patients don't see. Most people walk in assuming a good provider just knows. Like it's instinct, like we can look at a chart and feel the right answer. And sometimes it does feel that way when it works. But what's actually underneath it is time, attention, the willingness to ask the same question two different ways until you get the true answer instead of the polite one. Patients aren't wrong to want to be truly seen in that room. They're just often not shown what it costs to make that happen, or how easily the system chips away at the space required to do it. And I'm not saying patients are the obstacle here either. Nobody owes me a tidy history on the first try. People are scared, embarrassed, in pain, trying to manage what they think I want to hear. That's human. My job is to read past it without judging them for it. The socks, the shirt, the water bottle, none of that is a character flaw. It's just data I have to go looking for because most of the time, nobody hands it to me. So here's what I've landed on after enough shifts of getting it wrong before I got it right. Fast is what the system wants from me. Good is what the patient actually needs. Most days I'm trying to do both at the same time, the best I can, noticing the water bottle and still getting to the next room that needs me. Some shifts that look smoother than others. If this is the first time someone said the quiet part out loud, that listening is a skill under pressure, not a personality trait. Stick around, hit subscribe. I've got more of these where being honest matters more than sounding impressive. And if a video like this ever makes you feel a little more understood in a waiting room somewhere, that's worth more to me than any watch time metric they've got. Like it, so the next person scrolling past finds it too.